What's up everyone? Today I'm gonna do a weekly breakdown of the last week and I'll show you how to use correlation between currency pairs. So yeah, the first thing I do on high time frame is again to look for a level, to look for a bias, right? In the last video I already told you from here price action that we are gonna be bearish probably because we took out the weekly high on the left. And since we are so bearish and creating so much momentum to the downside, I'll be looking for a pullback buy, right? Pullback buy, or I would wait for a pullback before another sell. So what do we need for a trade? The first thing I do is to look at high time frame and I'll find a level. So here you can see we found a daily FEG fill on Euro USD. This was on Monday. We filled the gap and we also kept breaking structure to the downside, right? Break a structure down, lower low, lower high, lower low. So as you can see right now, there's no signal for buy yet with the current price action, with the current information that we have. But if you look at GU, so what's good is to check GU or the XY while trading. Sometimes it might seem that price action, that Euro USD is reversing from nothing. Sometimes you have a move that doesn't make sense. For example, a move that happens without liquidation, without liquidity, right? The reason for those moves is because we already had a liquidation or liquidity sweep or whatever level hit on other pairs. Let's say GU, it can be DXY, you know, or we can have a simple divergence between the two. So I checked DXY, there was nothing. Then second best thing to do would be to check GU. As you can see here, this was Monday, and we filled weekly FEG, daily FEG on the XYS, on GU as well, right? So GU is also hitting a level for a buy, but if you check GU created a higher low, while EU made a lower low. So this is called a smart money tool or divergence between the two, and it can be a signal that price is ready to buy, right? We already had a liquidity sweep on GU, and GU failed to make a new low. So I'll just wait and see what Asia does. Let's skip that price action. There's nothing. This day there was CPI. It's Tuesday, and we analyze it normally. So after seeing what happened on GU, I'm already sure that we don't have to go lower for a buy, right? Or it's really low probable. Waiting for this would be valid too, but we have to follow the price action and what it's doing. So here you can see a perfect 3-touch trend line. It would be a nice build up too. So since we're assuming that we are gonna be bullish soon, it would mean that this high is a trap. This high is a smart money trap. Even though it's a trap, it can mean that we can react from it and make a new low. It doesn't matter. So we are not automatically looking for buys to target the trap, right? Let's see. Bam. We have Frankfurt open at 8. So this is Frankfurt open. And what does price do? Right, on Frankfurt open, we break through this trend line to the downside. Right here. It was with a body close. But you know, we form another bearish candle after that. So it's a really clear breakout. What does it mean? We are forming a relevant liquidity, significant liquidity to the upside, buy side. So this would be the stop losses of guys that are shorting this. It was the first possible trade of the day. I didn't take the buy, but it was possible just based on this, right? We had this internal F fake breaker structure to the downside also, but if you follow the build up here, it is obvious that the structure should be like this, right? So this would be a high, a low, a high, a low, a high. So the structure is lining up with the build up. Yet for that reason, I didn't take this buy, because if I'm looking for a swing buy that would potentially target this or even more, I would want it to induce structure, which would be this low right here. So, bam. After the breakout, this would be a retail trap. Obviously, it gave a reaction, into mitigation. And here you can see, because we induce early sellers here on the internal structure, it's possible to take sells, right? But again, I don't sell from traps. I don't need these kind of trades. So again, we are waiting for this because this inducement was not significant enough. I wouldn't be looking for buys here. It's a trap for me. You can even sell into that, and then bam, we finally broke structure to the downside. So this was my first trade. We had a liquidated sweep. It could also be seen as a strong low because we had this internal stop hunt here, and because we induced even more buyers here, it's super relevant liquidity. You have a big bullish rejection to the upside, a big engulfing candle, and this was my first trade of the day. So stop loss would be below this low. TP could be above this high or even above these equal highs. This is the safest TP you can have. Of course, you can try to swing the trade, let's say, into a weekly open gap, but that's too far. So I don't have a trade like this. Okay, let's see. We rejected. We could have refined it even more, but that's fine. And bam. So this was my first trade of the week. It was a winning trade. It was a really sexy trade. And after this, it was 3:30. There is nothing to do here. I don't trade equal highs, as I said in the last call. So no trade here. And we can skip to the next day. So let's see. Okay, it's Asia now. We are forming liquidity above and below. So you have these equal lows here, forming this low broke structure to the upside, right? And if you look to the left, you see that there is this trap right here. Why is it a trap? Because there's no liquidity here. So the only way for this to work for me is for price to create liquidity before mitigating it. So for now, it's a trap. You can also see the momentum to the downside, and we also have a big gap above the trap. So yeah, more reasons to go up than down. Okay, we took out Asia low, Asia high. We induced Asia low. I didn't take this buy because I was hoping for the low before Asia low to go, but that didn't happen. So it is unfortunate. Of course, it is possible to buy here. Oh, my bad. So it's possible to buy here, but then we fill the weekly open gap right here. So what does it mean for us? It means that we are looking for a short really soon. So let's just see what price does. We have a rejection, a stop hunt of that rejection, a bearish candle. So this was my second trade of the week. It was a stop loss, but yeah, the idea is that price created liquidity during Asia and during Frankfurt, and this is London Open, and we started London with a big push to the upside. So basically, we are setting up liquidity for the rest of the day while creating a fake move at the beginning of the day, right? So the daily candle opens around here, something like this, and all people see right now is a mini wick to the downside and a big bullish candle to the upside. But of course, the first move of the day is usually a trap move, but the trade itself failed. So now, if you look into the left, there's obviously nothing, right? There's no clear level. There's no, like the nearest clear liquidity level for me would be extreme or even a strong high here. But the idea is really clear. We're looking for shorts. So then I hop to GU, where I saw this level. As you can see here, I set it live in the group. It was really clean. The level is really simple. You have one structural high here, 2, 3, 4, 5 structural highs here, or even 6. And now our mission is to find out which one is special, which one has something unique. For example, this high doesn't have liquidity, doesn't induce, right? It's obviously a shit high. This high right here is the same. We did not take this liquidity and we did not induce. But this high had a stop hunt. And smart money guys would see it as a strong high, right? Resulting in this POI. So it was the first unique high that I saw. Second guy was this high right here. And then you had extreme and the final high. So I was interested in these two zones, but price gave a reaction to this one already. As you can see, on GU we are reacting to something valid, while on EU it seems like the only thing valid, which was the gap, was already violated, that we are selling from nothing. But here you can see the same pattern again, right? We had a big rejection and a stop hunt and a bearish candle here. So I took a short like this on EU. TP equal lows, right? And on GU, I took the same trade. It was the same idea. The idea came from Euro USD. But then you do a separate analysis. You see that GU is reacting to a super good level. You have equal lows here. Again, we start a day with a big push to the upside. So this is London Open. London started with a big push. We also did a mini fake out to the downside. But obviously, this is a trap that we should be targeting. So we took Asia high. It's 11. And now all you do is wait for a confirmation. So for me, it can be a candle close, let's say on higher time frame. So this was first rejection. And again, we had a stop hunt of that. But on GU, I like to use structural confirmation. So I was just waited for a break of structure. We had a break of structure to the downside here. This would be my POI. So this block right here. And all you do is just put a sell limit on this low, on this high. And here you go. So this was my sell on GU that you could have seen on my Instagram story. So it melted really quickly. And on EU, it was the same idea. Yeah, so you had a F15 bearish candle here. We sold directly from that. We are reacting to nothing here from the left. So obviously all the lows that you're forming should be traps. But here you can see price created a stop hunt, created a strong high to be mitigated later. And then you can even put a continuation trade here, right? And bam, TP. It's really simple. After this, there was nothing much to do. The liquidity level, the only liquidity level I would be interested in would be this one, which would be all liquidity or equal lows, but I don't trade equal lows. So I would just skip to the next day. So let's see. We have Asia. Asia doesn't really do anything, but the intent of Asia is obviously bullish if price breaks to the upside. Okay, so we created a fake break of structure to the downside. Now the question is this fake break of structure significant? Is this important? You can take your time and think a bit. So it's an FBOSS. And the answer is yes, it is, right? Because we had this build up or a trend line to the upside. We even had a rejection on third touch here, preparing for the third break to the upside. And then bam, we have a breakout, again, engulfing, body close, break with a body of the candle. So we are creating relevant liquidity here, significant liquidity. And again, what time is this? Frankfurt Open. So either on Frankfurt Open or London Open, price is gonna try to create a fake move, right? So we have this big push to the upside, again, resulting in an obvious bullish intent right at Frankfurt Open. If you look in the left, you are trying to find some level, right? A liquidity level. So One I see is this, second, third. All of those are strong highs from the left. Here you can see this mini stop hunt here. It's not really visible on M15, but you can go to M5 and you see this nice stop hunt right here, resulting in this being a strong high, right? So people will see, oh, this is a POI, right? You have equal highs here. You even have this equal highs for a POI. So wow, it had a stop hunt, it had a liquidity, it had an inducement for smart money guys, but obviously that's not true, and they'll try to short from here. What happened after? Bam, we took it out. And we had a really nice bearish candle here on M15. Again, the whole pattern is happening on M15, so we can take a short here after the candle close. I don't really remember how it played out. I'm kind of improvising here, but hopefully it was good. So it tucked us in. Because this liquidity was good, this POI should be fine, right? Taking a mitigation from here should be fine. This is obviously a smart money trap. Okay, that's scary. So nothing real happened here. We had a liquidity sweep, again resulting in this high being a strong high. Break a structure to the downside, break a structure to the downside. Again, why can we just follow break of structures and why can we just follow mitigations here? Because this high was created with liquidity from the left and with liquidity from the right? Active liquidity, live liquidity. So now it's safe to say that we are trading order flow. And all you have to do is mark another POI, right? Try to identify the liquidity within this leg. Hope for this high to go. So let's see. Asia high was taken out again. It was even pre-Frankfurt this time. So the intent after Asia is again obviously bullish. And for that reason, we are looking for a short. And it's same thing. Look, we had a fake break of structure to the downside. Your mission is to figure out if this break of structure is important. Well, it obviously is, right? We had a trendline breakout to the downside, a structural break to the downside, creating significant liquidity. In this case, we had this nice bearish candle here. It's a possible loss, that's fine. So after a loss, I would be a bit careful. And after this break of structure, you're looking for a short again. You can try to refine your POI anyhow you want. And you would have this third sell that was possible as well. So bam, you get tucked in. You even had a smart money trap here. And a fake break of structure from the trap, resulting in a stop hunt here. So another beautiful trade. And yeah, that was Friday. So that's how the week ended. And with this, I'm ending the whole video. I hope you liked it. If you want more breakdowns like this, then subscribe to my channel, support my work, and I'll keep doing this. If you want more daily content, follow my Instagram. And yeah, peace.